From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. When you need a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, durability, simple deck height adjustments, and a professional-grade cut, then you need the Kubota Z400 mower. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 48 months or save $300.
Tractors, trailers, rentals.
You do it all, we do it local.
Well, happy Monday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. Before we get into that deeper dive forecast, let's talk about our temperatures for today. And let me tell you, yeah, it's going to be a hot start to the week. We started off, of course, the weekend. We started the first day of fall with temperatures over 100 degrees for some of us in the valley yesterday. And I think we could see the same again here for today. In fact, maybe a little bit warmer in some spots here. 8 o'clock this morning, it's already warm at 8 o'clock. Upper 60s for the valley, upper 50s in Trinity County, upper 40s and low 50s, though, for the rest of the higher elevations and for the coast as well. And the coast be looking at more sunshine out there for today. As we take a look at Futurecast, you can see just that fog bank way off to our west, and you got plenty of sunshine here for most of the coast, and of course plenty of sunshine everywhere else today. So yes, sunny skies, but also on the hot side. I mean, we're talking 101 degrees for Redding. Not quite as hot to the south, but you're getting the upper 90s for Chico with 98. 85 out in Fall River Mills, 81 for Ayden. We've got 85 out in Weed, and those temperatures mainly in the mid 60s. Although places like Crescent City, you can get up to about 70 degrees there for today. So yeah, definitely a warm start to the work week, even for many of the coastal regions. So we've got 100 degrees for Redding, Red Bluff, Chico, close, but not quite. See how temperatures drop slightly, but still around 100 degrees here, even for your Tuesday. But a nice dip in our temperatures for Wednesday, Thursday, before going back up again. This is that mini roller coaster ride that I talk about sometimes as the temperatures kind of go up and down and up and down. But really, minus, of course, what we're going to see here from Tuesday to Wednesday, a nice about 10-degree drop. After that, the spreads in these little mini heat waves aren't going to be that big. You can see for the coast, again, right around mid to upper 60s, even around 70 through tomorrow, and then just kind of leveling out in the low to mid 60s after that. Right around 100 degrees for many of us inland, give or take, and then a nice dip for your Wednesday, Thursday, going back up again for Friday, Saturday, and that'll be the case for Weaverville. Again, this mini roller coaster ride, even for the higher elevations as well. Mount Shasta, Alturas, and Susanville also seeing those temperatures kind of going up and down over the next 7 to 10 days. Hey, before we get to our deeper dive forecast, want to share this photo. I haven't checked out the photos in a while in the app, and some of you have shared, and I'd love to encourage you to share as well. All you got to go to is the free Weather NorCal app, go to the photos section, and you can share your photos, like this one, which was shared by Owen Heed earlier this month. I think it was around the first week of September. You can see this beautiful crescent moon. This is out in the Berry Ridge in Neeland area. I mean, wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Owen, for sharing that photo. Here's a look at your weather headlines. It's a hot start to the week with triple digits for the north end of the valley. Mini temperature roller coaster ride here for the next 7 to 10 days here. But really overall, minus, of course, today and tomorrow, no major heat waves are in that longer range forecast. Real quickly, the only fire we need to really report on it still, because it's still not 100% contained, and that is the park fire, but at 99% containment. So let's talk about fire risk, fire weather risk here, for looking at the winds, looking at the humidity, and of course the overall fire weather risk. And really, when we look at today, wind's not that bad. We take you to tomorrow, not that bad. A little breezy in some spots here. Looks like the winds may pick up, though. As the storm system rises to our north, those winds may pick up a little bit from the south and could see 20, 25 mile an hour gusts, and maybe some higher gusts off in the eastern mountains for Wednesday afternoon. The humidity levels, yeah, I mean, they're still low. It's hot, it's dry. We're talking single digits for the valley. That's the case today. That'll be the case tomorrow. And looks like even Wednesday. I mean, a slight increase in the relative humidity levels on Wednesday, but not by much. All right, so we take a look at the overall fire weather risk for the next couple of days. And you can see here for today, yeah, we're getting in those oranges. That's in the very high range here, high to very high range. We take you into your Tuesday, especially for Tuesday afternoon. There is the high to very high range here for the valley. And that'll probably extend into Wednesday because of those gusty winds. So what we've got here is high pressure, kind of the dominant feature. There are going to be a couple of passing high clouds, especially for some of those northern mountains around Siskiyou County, Modoc County, even the eastern mountains. But overall, a lot of sunshine for a lot of us. Now, when we look at Futurecast over the next 3 days, all right, so here's today. I mean, as mentioned, not much in the way of fog or clouds here for the coast, and of course, plenty of sunshine everywhere else, even in going into your Tuesday. But look at Wednesday. Wednesday around noon, we may see a little bit of drizzle, some light showers that may extend eastward. This is very light. All right, so there's a very good chance this may not even reach the ground, but maybe a light sprinkle as we go through Wednesday afternoon for Siskiyou County and maybe going into Wednesday night for Modoc County. But overall, I don't have a lot of rain there in the forecast when we look at the long range, and you'll see that here on our neighborhood forecast. But drier than normal conditions are really what we're expecting here. Now, we take a look at this ridge of high pressure that's over us now. See how that's pushing eastward? That's because we've got this little area of low pressure, this cooler air that's riding to the north of us, and that's going to push that heat down to our south and east. So that's that nice dip in the temperatures. About a 10-degree drop. We're going from about 100 in the valley to about 90, right, from Tuesday to Wednesday. Then by the end of the week, this high pressure kind of starts to try to make its way back in, so temperatures will increase slightly for the end of the week. Now, I don't necessarily agree that this is what's going to happen, but we basically have this cooler air riding to the north. That'll drop our temperatures down a bit for the weekend. And then this warmer air to our west and east is going to try to build in. We're going to have to see what happens with this low because the European forecast model does not have this solution. So for now, there's a little bit of uncertainty about what's going to happen with that, but as it stands right now, I do expect dry conditions. This is not expected to bring us any rainfall if this should materialize, but we'll still be looking at those warmer temperatures. So it's summer, yeah, it's still holding on. We've got mainly warmer than normal conditions with up to our north getting closer to normal and maybe even below normal for this time of the year in the Pacific Northwest. So there's the trend. See, we're starting off fairly hot this week, right? But temperatures do dip, they go back up, go back down, go back up. So again, mini roller coaster ride, a little wee, right? Then it goes back up, and then just a little wee, like for those little kids. Not as exhilarating maybe for adults, but you get the idea. We're not seeing very big temperature spreads in there once we get past initially this heat wave we're experiencing now. Now, again, a friendly reminder, I've been kind of showing this off and on through last week, and that is how long has Redding seen 100-degree temperatures? When is the last day of the year that we've seen 100 degrees? So far, since 1893, it's been October 14th in 1991 and 2022. And October 14th, it was 103. October 14th, 2022, it was 101 degrees. So yes, it's not out of the question for us to see triple-digit heat even in October, believe it or not. All right, so look at the wave heights here. You can see as we go into today, not that big of a deal. However, they're going to start off fairly high. They should start to kind of subside here as we go into your Tuesday. So with that said, there actually is a small correct advisory until about 9 o'clock this morning. So it should expire later this morning. Otherwise, those winds from the north at 10 to 15 knots. Your waves from the north at 6 feet at 8 seconds and from the northwest at 3 feet at about 12 seconds. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. So here's what we got. Temperature is going up, they're staying up, then they're going back down a bit. That's as that trough low pressure, we saw that could possibly bring rain for parts of the coast here, and not to mention out towards Siskiyou County. But to the south, just some clouds moving in, but that's going to be the extent of it. But places like Crescent City, Smith River, Gas Key, Klamath, you may see some drizzle, especially as we go into Wednesday morning, right? And then taking you off to the east, there may be some light sprinkles or a very brief light shower Wednesday afternoon. But really the main impact with Wednesday's system will be about a 10-degree drop from Tuesday to Wednesday, really across the board. You can see here, even for Modoc County, we're looking at temperatures in the low 80s. It's going to take a little bit longer for that cooler air to come in for El Tourist, but you get the idea. Temperatures are dropping for Wednesday and Thursday. Your eastern mountains, Bernie about 88, 85 degrees for Fall River Mills. Paradise a bit warmer at about 93, and it looks like Susanville about 84 degrees. Your valley neighborhood forecast to the south with 98 degrees for Orland and Corning, 97 for Hamilton City and Elk Creek, about 96 degrees. Up north, yes, those triple-digit temperatures. A little bit like what we saw yesterday, again here for today. 96 degrees for Lakehead, 96 for Whiskeytown, and Red Bluff a high of about 101 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding, and of course temperatures just kind of hovering around 100 degrees here today, tomorrow, but about a 10-degree drop as we go into Wednesday, Thursday. And again, remember I was mentioning temperatures kind of going up and down, but not huge temperature spreads there. I mean, a little bit warmer for your Friday, but back down to the low to mid-90s by this upcoming weekend. That's your morning update. Of course, be sure to watch Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. And you can also watch the recorded version of Coffee with Kruger at weathernorcal.com and click on Coffee with Kruger, and you can watch that recorded version. Of course, I'll also be back at noon for your latest forecast.
We're the locals down the street. The neighbor you come to for advice. A nest egg for the golden years. A loan or a new account for that growing business. What started in Chico 50 years ago has taken us all around California, providing big bank lending power and high-tech service while keeping our relationships personal. We're still the locals down the street, no matter where your street might be. Tri-Counties Bank, California's local bank.